Hi, I'm Johnny. This is Johnny Likes, the show where I talk about movies that I like. Today, I'm going to talk about a brand spanking new horror movie. Is it a sequel? Is it a reboot? I don't know. But it is from a much beloved franchise. Today, Johnny Likes Evil Dead Rises.
You tell him, Johnny. You tell the world.
Okay, the plot. So, a single ish mother of three. She's getting booted from her apartment pretty soon. Her estranged sister shows up with her own drama. Soon enough, they have much bigger things to worry about, as her kids they've summoned the evil dead. Deadite shenanigans ensue. That's all you guys really need to know. That's all I'd want to know going into this. The original Evil Dead movies are they're some of my favorite horror movies of all time. They're pretty much the pinnacle of the low budget B horror movie. I also like the 2013 remake, and I enjoyed the Ash vs. Evil Dead TV show. So anytime I hear that they're doing a new incarnation of Evil Dead, I get mixed emotions. Part of me is excited to see something new, and part of me is pretty worried that they're going to screw it up and ruin it. So far, I am very pleased to say that no one has ruined it. This newest film is written and directed by Lee Cronin, whose first feature, A Hole in the Ground, showed a lot of promise. I saw that one a few years back, and I don't remember much about it. Yeah, it's pretty good. Or it was pretty okay. Yeah, way to articulate your thoughts, dum-dum. Anyway, Mr. Cronin, he smartly gives us a new setting and a new dynamic to mix things up a little bit. Instead of college kids on a weekend getaway in the woods at a spooky cabin, or slapstick hero Ash, we get a family dynamic. I would say involving kids definitely a choice, and I think it was a good one. Having the mom get possessed, it's universally terrifying, and it works very well. This film surprised me in a few ways. First was its kind of willingness to go there. Saying that out loud seems kind of silly. This film series is the reason that I know what dendrophilia is. So, I mean, of course it's going to have over the top gore. Of course it's going to play with my expectations of what's going to happen. And of course it's going to have moments that have me going, no, 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 at the screen while sharp objects go places they're really not supposed to go. What did surprise me was just having the family dynamic. I just kind of assumed that it was going to be mom's gone crazy, kids have to band together and fight off mom. Well, it wasn't quite that. I'm not going to go too much more into it, but that's just kind of what I assumed, and they made an asu out of me. This film is full of nods to the previous entries and goes through a checklist of what makes an Evil Dead film an Evil Dead film. And fans such as myself they kind of have this list in their head and they're kind of checking it off as they go, whether they know it or not. So we get a chainsaw. We get an old recording of somebody summoning demons and then suffering the consequences and warning any future listener. We get blood by the bathtub full. We get over-the-top gore and violence. We get dark humor. We get corpse-faced people. We get to hear Dead by Dawn. And we get the Necronomicon. Oh, also, we get a creepy cellar. Sort of a creepy cellar. Plus, we get all the can't watch but can't look away, no, 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 no moments. You gotta have those. And this one did not disappoint. It had all those little checklist things. So the climax features a new take on Deadites. It won't work for everyone, but it is at least something new. The look of the film felt kind of off initially for an Evil Dead film, as what I've got in my head is the grainy films of the 80s. and this one is shot digitally and has like wonderful color grading. Yeah, once the initial shock wore off, I began to really like the atmosphere. I really like the color of the film. I like the look of it. I like what they were able to do with a little bit of a budget and some modern technology. I also really enjoyed the apartment setting. It was old looking, but not in the way that the cabins looked old. It wasn't dilapidated or run down. It just looked a little old. Like, say what you will about CGI, but it's got its place. It was put to excellent use here. I'm not sure how much of the effects were practical and how much were digital, but I expect that it was a blend of both, which is, I think, the best use of them. The rule of thumb should always be shoot what you can in front of the camera and then augment what you have to with computers. Make it look better later. So you can add blood, remove strings, add a bit of shadow to cover up something, that sort of stuff. You can do all that with computers. CG is excellent for that. That's what it's made for. But at the same time, you have to have something physical and tactile there for the actors to work with. Otherwise, it doesn't quite work. Even doesn't matter how good of an actor you are, having something to physically hold is always going to just be so much easier. Not only easier, it's also going to be more believable. At the end of the day, I couldn't tell 100% how everything was done, nor was I distracted by thinking about it, which is the way it's supposed to be. The deadite at the end, however, did pull me out just a little bit. It just didn't quite work for me. Like I said, it's not going to work for everybody, but I appreciate that it was at least something new, even if it wasn't 100% successful for me. So other than that, the effects were very well done and quite effective. They're good performances all around. I had never seen any of the actors before, but that's really on me. The teens, Gabrielle, Echols, and Morgan Davies, were quite likable, and they had good chemistry as brother-sister. Alyssa Sutherland seemed to be having an especially good time, being a very bad mommy. And Nell Fisher, as the youngest daughter, Cassie, was also very good. I gotta shout out all the child actors of today. Everybody is just so consistently good compared to like previous decades. It's just amazing. You get a little golf clap. The final thing I'll mention about this film is the tone. I found that it struck an excellent balance between terror and humor. Like, I love the madcap humor of Evil Dead 2, but I also love the gross out actual terror of Evil Dead 1. This film seems to have found the sweet spot somewhere between the two. I'd say it's a crowd pleaser. It never goes too far in any one direction. It's able to tell us a joke, but it's also able to keep a straight face while telling us a joke, if that kind of makes sense. It's not like Freddy Krueger in Nightmare on Elm Street where he's tossing off one-liners, but it is still like got that dark humor to it, which was excellent. And it also had the gross out terror moments. There's some genuinely creepy moments involving the mom and her kids.
It was the perfect day, and all I could think about was how much I wanted to cut you all open and climb inside your body so that we could stay one happy family.
Good performances, good effects, and it's true to its predecessors while also breaking some new ground. This is a quality requel, or reboot. I'm going to rate this a 3.75 out of 5. If you like this, check out Evil Dead 2013, check out Malignant, check out Upgrade. What's your favorite horror franchise? Did you like Ash vs. Evil Dead? Best horror remake from this century. Why is he talking like that? I don't know. I think he's having a stroke. Let me know in the comments. And if you could do me a favor and like and subscribe. It is quick, free, and relatively painless. Plus, it really helps me out. Thanks for watching me rant about movies for a little bit. And you can tune in next time and see what else Johnny likes.
Well, there you are.
tell the world.